Hi, it's Martin Cross, your favourite rowing commentator from World Rowing. Just had a fantastic morning session here, semi-finals day, on this beautiful course in Linz-Ottensheim, and some amazing races just to set up some incredible finals. What were the highlights of today? Well, one of them was agony and ecstasy for the British team. Agony because the British quad that won in Belgrade so impressively from the Germans, they're not even in the final tomorrow. They came fourth behind Poland, a great Australian quad, and a really good Dutch crew. So they're out of the final. The Italians in the other semi-final looking so strong, beat the Germans. I'm really looking forward to that race tomorrow. But then the ecstasy for the British, you had that repechage race. Britain going head-to-head with Germany, first and second from Belgrade, and they're racing in the repechage. Why? Because, well, the Australians and Dutch went through from the time trial yesterday, but we expected a battle royal and we weren't disappointed. This time, the British led and they were quicker through, and it was the Germans that were hanging on and hanging on. It was so exciting because you're seeing now the scales reverse in the men's eight from a German crew who was dominant all last year, a wide open event, and if the Germans don't get a move on, they might even miss a medal in tomorrow's final. That's definitely worth watching. But, even in that race, we had an incredibly close finish for fourth place between the second Dutch crew. Yes, they have got two crews in the final, and the New Zealand 8, 1/100th of a second. You could just see it on the line. The second Dutch crew got through. The New Zealanders will have to race the B final. So that was really exciting at the end of the day. But we had some amazing races throughout. Men's singles, wow, wasn't that amazing? You've got this incredible contest between Timo Naska, the German sculler who was injured in Belgrade, such a talented young lad, just 22 years of age. And he looked like he's going to be the top German sculler until this massive mountain of a guy, Ollie Zeidler, comes out. He came third in Belgrade. He's absolutely stunning. Well, today it was head-to-head, Naska against Zeidler, and Ola Naska just dominated the race. You thought he'd done enough to win, and Zeidler came back, then Ola Naska came out. Naska crossed the line half a length ahead. It just leaves your mouth watering for the contest that could happen tomorrow. And then, of course, we saw Robbie Manson, the Kiwi who's been breaking records all of last year. He's had such a great New Zealand Winters training. He's been right up there in terms of time that he's doing with the rest of the boats. And he is really going for the win here in World Cup 2, like he did in Poznan last year when he broke the world record. Fast conditions here. What could we expect in tomorrow's racing in that men's singles? But there's loads of other races too. I was so excited to see the young Romanian women's lightweight double scull. They blasted on the field last year at Sarasota in the World Championships. They took the gold medal from a fantastic field that included a good New Zealand crew. Today the Romanians were back on form, but what makes it really interesting is that the Dutch double that won in Belgrade, and in that regatta they progressed through the race, through the gates. They started off slow here and they progressed through the race, and they were very close in their semi-final to the Romanians. So Marika Kaiser and Ilse Paulis. And that is going to be a really, really big contest. These women have raced so hard in lightweight women's double sculls. And then in the men's event, that is such a stacked event. I mean, you've got Jeremy Azou, who's retired. He's left his partner, Pierre Huan, bereft of a partner. He's taken on Tom Baruch. So he's gone into this double scull. Nobody knew how quick they were. Were they going to be the same speed as Azou and Huan? The answer is no, they're not. And you've got doubles coming. You've got Ruta and Oppo, the Italians, and I don't know, they are flying. They are just miles ahead of everyone. Even the Poles who won in Belgrade, who were sculling fantastically. Brilliant Norwegian double, Arun and Strandley. They look technically so precise, and you're going to see very different techniques if you watch tomorrow's final of how these different crews race, and that's going to be exciting too. Women's singles, you might say, well, can anyone beat Janine Gamel? And the answer is, well, they've got to go some to beat. Today was a great race. Local favourite Magdalena Lobnig up head-to-head against Janine Gamel, and Lobnig led out as I think we knew that she would, but she couldn't sustain that pace in the third quarter. And Gamel, she uses her power strength. She's a much, much shorter athlete than Lobnig, but everything she does is really effective. And the Swiss sculler was through. But in the other semi-final, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, because you had Anna-Kathrin Thiele, the 33-year-old German sculler from Viking Leipzig. She was leading the field. She was leading Victoria Thornley. She was leading, I think, for UB Ericsson. And I don't know where she got that pace, because normally she fades dramatically in the second half of the race. But Thiele just took the win. And so you've really got her coming into a very, very rich vein of form. So that's exciting. I love watching the New Zealand women's pair of Gowler and Prendergast, who are so dominant in their event. They're certainly going to take the gold medal. But, you know, if you want to see two women who row a boat beautifully, the female equivalent of Murray and Bond in the men's pair, then watch the New Zealanders tomorrow. They'll be on early doors. But if you're going to tune in, I think it's around about 9 o'clock Central European time. Watch worldrowing.com. And you can see the finals of World Cup 2. I can't wait, I'm so excited. It'll be brilliant. Tune in and watch them.